We have all felt it. You walk into a room, and before you see anything specific, your stomach drops. A sudden, heavy weight hits your core. Or perhaps you are on a first date, and a flutter of butterflies rises in your chest. We call these gut feelings. For centuries, we have dismissed them as metaphors. We tell ourselves that intelligence lives in the skull. But we were wrong. What if that sinking feeling is a biological transmission from a hidden intelligence inside you? You have a second brain. It doesn't do math, but it remembers, it feels, and it makes life or death decisions. To understand the power of this second brain, we have to go back to a moment that broke physiology. The year is 1899. Two physiologists, William Bayliss and Ernest Starling, are standing over an anesthetized dog. At the time, the medical consensus was absolute. The brain is the king. They carefully severed every single nerve connecting a section of the dog's intestine to its brain. They cut the telegraph wires. The gut was now biologically isolated, an island inside the body. According to science, it should have been dead tissue, but when they applied pressure, the gut reacted. It coordinated a complex wave of muscle contractions, entirely on its own. What Bayliss and Starling had discovered was the enteric nervous system, or ENS. This isn't just a few stray nerves. This mesh contains over 500 million neurons. That is 5 times as many as your spinal cord. It is roughly the same number of neurons as the brain of a cat. This means you literally have the processing power of a small animal living inside your abdomen. This neural mesh is so sophisticated that it produces its own neurotransmitters. It has its own sensory neurons to taste and feel. It is the only organ in your body that can function completely independently. If you sever the vagus nerve today, your gut would keep working. However, under normal circumstances, your two brains are not isolated. They are in constant communication via a massive biological superhighway called the vagus nerve. This nerve is the longest of the cranial nerves, wandering from your brainstem, wrapping around your heart, and rooting deep into your abdomen. For decades, scientists viewed the vagus nerve as a command line. They assumed the traffic was flowing down. But when modern neurologists analyzed the fibers of the vagus nerve, they found something shocking. 90% of the fibers are afferent. That means they carry signals up. Every second of every day, your second brain is gathering massive amounts of data and shooting them up the vagus superhighway directly into your brainstem. This data doesn't just tell you if you're full. It changes the way you see the world. It influences your limbic system, the emotional center of your brain. So when you suddenly feel uneasy or anxious, for no logical reason, you aren't imagining it. Your head brain has just received a distress signal from the south. The connection goes even deeper than electricity. It's chemical. We tend to think of mental health as a battle fought strictly between our ears. We focus on neurotransmitters like serotonin, the molecule responsible for feelings of well-being, confidence, and happiness. But here is the biological reality check. 95% of your body's serotonin is not produced in your brain. It is produced in your gut. Your second brain is the primary factory for your mood-stabilizing chemicals. Specialized cells in your gut lining churn out massive quantities of serotonin. If your gut is inflamed, or if your bacterial ecosystem is unbalanced, your serotonin factory shuts down. The result? You feel depressed. You might try to fix it with positive thinking, but you can't think your way out of a factory shutdown. This is the gut-brain axis in action. This connection explains why gut feelings are almost always negative or urgent. This is an evolutionary override switch. When your head brain perceives a threat, it triggers the fight or flight response. The moment this happens, the second brain receives the order. Shut it down. But there is one more player in this game, a third intelligence. Living inside your second brain is a vast ecosystem, the microbiome. These aren't just passengers, they are pilots. These bacteria can genetically manipulate your second brain. Some bacteria thrive on sugar. If you stop eating sugar, they start dying. In their death throes, they release toxins that irritate the enteric nervous system. The second brain senses this irritation and sends a frantic signal up the vagus nerve. We are in distress. Send sugar immediately. Suddenly you have a craving. You think you want a donut, but you don't. The alien intelligence in your gut wants a donut. This suggests that many of our thoughts and cravings aren't fully ours. They are a consensus vote between your head, your gut, and the trillions of organisms living within you. So, how do we use this map? We need to distinguish between intuition and anxiety. Anxiety is usually a reaction to the future. It is a swirl of what-ifs. It feels frantic, buzzy, and is often located in the upper chest or throat. Intuition, the true voice of the second brain, is different. It is usually a reaction to the present or the immediate past. It is calm, heavy, and located deep in the belly. Because the second brain has been processing pattern recognition for millions of years, it is excellent at spotting danger before your logical brain can explain it. In these moments, trust the map. The data is real, even if the logic hasn't arrived yet. We live in a culture that worships the intellect. We try to solve everything with logic, spreadsheets, and pro-con lists. But the inner map reveals a true partnership. You are not a monarchy ruled by a king in the skull. You are a democracy of two brains. So, the next time you feel that flutter, pause. Ask yourself, what does my second brain know that I don't? If you found this deep dive into your inner intelligence fascinating, hit that subscribe button. Question for you. Have you ever had a gut feeling that turned out to be 100% right, even when it made no logical sense? Tell me your story in the comments below.